Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another Artery Gear video. So first of all, Happy New Year. I've been traveling recently with family and whatnot, so it's been difficult for me to upload any videos. However, I did manage to pick up a mic so I can record with my iPad. Let me know how the quality goes. I don't think it's going to be as good as my usual setup with my computer, but this will do for now. So as you can see, this is a quick one instance repeat of EX3. Just note that it dropped 19 challenge tickets, and I'll get to that later. But the purpose of this video obviously is to discuss the ultimate guide for the Ryza collab. So I know I was too busy, I didn't have time to release a video for the part 1 of the Ryza collab, but I think it's pretty straightforward that you want to pretty much empty everything in the shop. So I didn't think there was much to do about that with regards to what to farm, because it's going to be EX3 and then you just farm non-stop until you clear the shop. So there's that. However, the second part, which just unlocked today, there's actually a bunch of stuff that I want to go through to make sure you're understanding the value that we're being given in this event, because it's quite good. I'd say it's probably one of the best events we've ever had. So you want to be as efficient as possible in terms of allocating resources and making sure you get everything you can out of this. So first things first, you'll notice that the second part of the event is now open. It's still 2 chapters with difficulty level X1, X2, and X3 in the story mode. So what you want to do is farm X3 once you're done. What I do is, okay, let's just use a refill. What I usually do is I run 1 unit and 3 fodders. So in my case, let's say I will put some robots in. This is fodder farming, and again, this is mix and match. If you don't have a strong enough unit that can carry everyone, of course you can just use 2 units and then 2 fodders, but I feel like this is much better. So my recommendation is Ruri. Of course you can use Grace as well, pretty much anyone that has AoE, to just quickly make work of the enemy unit. And in this event it's mostly fire, so it's going to be quite easy. As you can see here, Ruri just will cleave everything down. So yeah, it's fodder farming, still X3, you get the most EXP per stamina and the most currency per stamina as well. And currency actually in this time is a bit different. We'll be getting what is called a challenge ticket. So a challenge ticket is unique in the sense that we never got this before, where you can use challenge ticket to pull for stuff. It's a new event mechanic that we didn't have. So it's going to take some use to, but hopefully I can explain everything. So as you can see here, there's only 12 tickets, but that's fine. You'll get tickets for completing, and ideally you want to do EX3. And with those challenge tickets, you'll be able to attempt the event boss. So you can see here there are 4 difficulties: easy, normal, hard, advanced, and I forgot what the last one's called because I cleared it, and you're locked to 1 instance per day, so you can only clear the last difficulty once a day. That's because the last difficulty costs you 30 challenge tickets, and it gives you 150 of those crystals, whereas the next difficulty, advanced, it still costs the same amount, 30 tickets, and it only gives you 30. And this would be my team recommendation. This is the same team I used to auto the and again you can use you can do background repeat, offline repeat as well, but this is the team I use to auto the highest difficulty. Just slap some HP and speed on Morris. Alice, if you have to boost up Ryza. Ryza you can have for using the free set, which I'll talk about later. But this team works because both Ryza's S3 and Ruri's S1 has buff block. So in the higher difficulty, the boss is very annoying because she can keep buffing herself, but once you have this set up, then the boss will not be able to buff herself. And make sure that in your support AG, you just set the shield. I do that because the boss uses AoE, and here you can see it just does 0 damage. It's just if you don't have a healer that is handy, you can use this to mitigate a lot of damage. But yeah, this is the exact team setup that I use to clear the highest difficulty. And the boss will have two phases. So the first phase you can see is straightforward. She's going to AoE or not. And then later on she's going to be at 1% HP for a while until you fill out her transformation bar right here. And she's going to turn and transform, and we'll just wait for that to happen. The boss is really slow, so if you have a team that is quite fast, of course this is going to take a bit of time. But yeah, you can see Yuri and Ryza applying the unbuffable and the target down, defense break, and whatnot. And finally the boss transforms. She's going to heal and cleanse herself completely. And of course here is where we want to land the unbuffable, but of course I don't think I'll land it before she takes her turn, which is fine. But remember that you can manual this as well, and also you can reset if you think this run is going to fail before it completes, so we can do that. But for me personally, my team is strong enough to auto everything, even the hardest level, so I'm not going to do it manually. It's just going to take some time as I'm showing you the auto part. But hopefully this lands the unbuffable, and yes it did, so you'll see that she got her defense upgraded with her defense buff, but she's not going to get attack buff or anything like that, so the rest is just going to be an easy ride, and that'll be that. So after you complete the boss clear, you'll be able to get those red crystal currencies that I showed you. So those red currencies are extremely important because basically before, what we did was we cleared EX3 that gave us currency, and you use those currency to buy stuff in the shop. What's different now is you'll be using those challenge tickets that you obtain from EX3 here to attempt the boss to get those red crystals. And the red crystals this time around is the currency you want. But instead of a shop where you can buy for things, it's actually, if you play Princess Connect, a prize pool that you can keep pulling. So you can see here that there are 7 pools, I believe. Let me open up. Yeah, so there are 7 pools, with the 7th being the infinite pool. So what happens essentially is in each pool there are 4 unique rewards. So you can see that the unique rewards is a weapon in the first pool, skill chips for your limited collab units, so Ryza or Lila, sorry, and then your UE upgrade mats for Ryza. And this is, I think, for Yui as well. And then stage 2 is Lila stuff and more gear. So it goes all the way to stage 6, and then stage 7, you pretty much get the additional rewards that are in the infinite pool. And what can happen is you use those red crystals to pull on these pools, and after you empty the main items, you can go to the next pool. And then once you reach the 7th pool, you can just keep pulling and spending all your red crystals to keep getting those rewards. And to be honest, of course these are really awesome. First of all, you get a very good lifesteal set plus immunity. So you can see here it actually gives you a complete lifesteal set with decent stats if you're a beginner or mid-game player. And then it gives you 2 immunity sets, so I'm pretty sure this is to mimic the Seaside Bologna set that won the world championship in E7. It was lifesteal immunity set. So because Ryza is pretty much has the same skill as Seaside Bologna, they gave her this set, which is really good for beginners because you don't have to farm for it, you just have to max them out. I would say it's similar to the Queen set that we got, really high value, especially it's given for free. So you definitely want to clear the stages every single day, dump your stamina to make sure that you are using them, make sure you empty all the rewards. Someone did a calculation on CN server, even if you just use all your stamina pots that you get regularly and your stamina refills, it's enough to get you all the rewards if you can do the hardest difficulty, and it's of course locked once a day, and then just spend the rest on the 3rd highest difficulty. In the I think in the remaining 20 something days you'll be able to get everything for sure. So that's quite good. But for end game players, this is not a bad time, even after you finish the 6th pool and go to infinite pool, to just keep going and spend your stamina pots. First of all, EX3 is again where you farm the challenge tickets. It's a good place to spend the EXP because you can do 1 fodder carry 3 to make up your 5-star units that you'll need. And the most importantly, in the infinite pool, there's this item. So if you know what this is used for, you'll instantly recognize that when you need to upgrade let's say an item or weapon or boots or whichever part of the equipment that has really good substats, but let's say blue or purple, you want to get it to gold, you can use this. It's part of the mats used to upgrade them, but this is very rare to get. So before it was like 20-ish runs in X9, equipment 9 difficulty, and you get maybe 1, or if you're super lucky 2, but sometimes, most of the time 0. But now because it's in the pool and there's 10 of them in one single pool, it's very easy to stock up on this. On the CN server, there are people who spend 200 pots, 300 pots, just so that they can stockpile this and to really propel their gears forward. And this is what I mean by, I think this event is probably one of the best events for players. Not only can you reroll to get Ryza, Lila, which is tier 0, you're given a free lifesteal stat that's going to be super good for you starting out, especially let's say you're doing story. Yeah, it's just all around just very awesome. And of course you get these upgrade stuff that we're always short on, because you can't really get it elsewhere except shop exchange, and we don't want to use shop stuff to do that. And yeah, pretty much that's it in terms of the rewards. I personally will be spending a lot of stamina here. I have 100 something. Yeah, so not a lot of stamina saved because I did a lot of gear farming over the week, just putting it on the background. But I definitely will be spending like 80 pots here, just to do clear, empty everything, and then try to stock up on something in the infinite pool as well. So yeah, that's pretty much the guide. Oh, one more thing, there's a setting here in the third setting. You can set it so you pull 100 times, and you can turn the animation off. So I have 271 crystal that lets me pull 27 times. So let's see what we get. Ooh, very cool animation. And we did get the weapon, very nice. So okay, and all the other goodies. And what I'm going to do is I will lock that to make sure I don't lose it, as it is a very good piece of weapon. And yeah, saves me the trouble of trying to farm for decent lifesteal sets. So here we go, and locked. Perfect. Yep, so anyhow, hopefully this guide is helpful. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but yeah, I hopefully will be able to do another video tomorrow going over Lila when she is released. But this should get you jump started with the event. I may do a reroll guide or get started guide so that people can join us on the Lila banner. It'll be definitely a very good time to start. But anyhow, see you guys in the next video.